Hey guys, it's Joey Valley TCG. Hope you guys are all having a good day, a good week. Miss me? So I've just been traveling around the US for work. So, you know, it's fun to be traveling for work, but sometimes it gets pretty tiring. When I came home last night, I immediately passed out, and I have to say it was some of the best sleep I've had in some time. But enough about me. How are you guys? So today, if you're not having a good day, I am. Hopefully, this video is going to be bringing you some happiness because we're going to go over a lot of things today. We're going to talk about cards that have spiked in price. We're going to talk about a couple of solid avenues to pre-order not EB, OP12. And then we're going to talk about some of the upcoming releases that we're probably going to see a very, very tight release schedule for. But most importantly, what you guys see right in front of you right now, Off-Court TCG, Kenny, he is sponsoring another giveaway for you guys. So he is sponsoring a OP11 booster box giveaway. So huge shout out to Kenny at Off-Court TCG. If you guys want to join the community at Off-Court TCG, come over to his website, click that Discord link at the very top of the webpage. I'm in his Discord all the time. If you just want to come by and say hi, that would be really exciting for me to chat with you guys. But more than that, I think it's, especially before I start my own Discord, I should say. But more than that, I think it's really, really cool of him to do this giveaway for you guys. So I would be opening up one booster box on video. So I will be making another video where I'll be opening up that booster box, and we're going to give away all the contents in that booster box. And then I will be doing another giveaway video for a second booster box that he sent us. So very, very generous of him. And then another thing just about him, he is opening up a physical store in Arlington in the DC area. So I have it up here on the screen if you guys want to take a look, right next to Ballston Quarter. Or I suppose Ballston Quarter must be like this area, this shopping area that it's in. But as you can see here, it's temporarily closed right now, but it will be open after this weekend. This weekend, I believe Kenny, well, I shouldn't say I believe. I know that Kenny will be at the Dallas Collecticon instead, and I'll be there as well. So if you guys are there, definitely come by and say hi. So, if you guys are in the area of DC, go say hi to Kenny. Say Joey from Valley TCG sent you, and he has really good prices. I would just. He has very close to market, or not close to market, close to MSRP prices for a lot of his items. And then some of them, some of the items are not like scalpy prices, at least from everything that I've seen so far. Very reasonable prices for Pokemon, One Piece, and so on. Anyways, all right, so moving on to OP11 and pre-order websites. Check out Stomping Grounds as well. They have OP11 right now in stock for $120, a booster box. That is a very, very reasonable price. The only downside is orders over a 500 gets free shipping, so that's a very tough hurdle to achieve, I think, for a lot of folks. That's why I also have Gamers Guild AZ here as well. They have $125 booster boxes, and they do give free shipping over $99 in the continuous US. So two really solid choices. If you guys have not been able to get your hands on OP11, Nature is healing. Wave 2 is hitting now, and I believe this is Wave 2 that's hitting right now. And it's bringing prices back down to a very, very reasonable price. And then moving on to this is absolutely insane. Have you guys seen this? So this is from Vampire Gaming. He had this tweet out earlier today, and this to me is absolutely insane. So we have an extremely tight release schedule between October of 2025 all the way through January of 2025. I'm not really sure how much of this I'm actually going to buy, right? So Vampire is saying all of our wallets are in danger. These are all releasing before global release, and we have catch up coming before we do catch up to Japan. This to me is just insane. Like, I don't understand why Bandai is releasing 2 EBs within a 3-month time span of one another. Like, are there really that many extra cards to be released, or do they really think that there's so many extra cards that need to be printed, right? I just can't seem to think of a reason why that would be the case. We had 1 EB last year, and so far we had 1 EB this year, and frankly, 1 a year is a very good cadence. So to squeeze in 2 more EBs into this year is a wild proposition. So we shall see. Let me know what you guys are doing. Are you guys going to be buying these sets or not? I think for me, between friends here, I think I'm just going to buy maybe a couple of boxes of each of the EBs just to have in my collection, and then buy more of OP14 because it is an anniversary edition set. So this will be the 3rd anniversary edition set. So outside of that, I don't think I'm going to go all in and commit a bunch of money for investments or whatever you want to call it, right, to hold for a long time. One Piece, as much as I love it, it's not like Pokemon. You're not going to make 2-3x your money once you hold for a long time. You might just make 70-80% over 3 years, which is a very solid return, but it's not, or 2-3 years, which is a solid return, but it's not 100 or 200, 300 that Pokemon's seeing or tends to see from time to time. Anyways, the other thing that I should mention before we go into price movements is the fact that we are starting to get PRB02 card releases. So it looks like a lot of support right now happening for, at least looking through here, for Supernova. So there's that Supernova card. There's obviously this card for Cross Guild, former Baroque work. So maybe some speculation that whether it's Buggy or somebody else is going to get a little bit more support. So we shall see. Nice looking Nami card, but then this card is really crazy to me, right? This is another Supernova support from PRB02 Straw Hat Crew / Supernova Monkey D Luffy, and it's if your leader is multicolored and your opponent has 7 or less Dons on their field at the start of your opponent's main phase, your opponent rests 1 of their active Don cards. So this is just a really strong turn 2 card to have out there to slow down your opponent. It just seems like this is going to be absolutely broken. And it is a 4 cost 5,000, so very, very playable just as a body on the board. So, we shall see. But it is, these announcements are going to move a lot of prices, and we're going to go into that in just a moment here. So, for example, right, So obviously this is a Fishman card. This is playable generally as well if, Fishman will ever become a thing. But as you can see, prices are spiking, right? This was $4 just a couple weeks ago. Now, 2 weeks later, it's $7.50 for a Hody Jones, just for a lightly played. For a near mint, $8. So that's a very, very nice price movement here. Again, I think a lot of this is going to be speculation into what people think the meta will rotate into. But and then Huri, Kozuki Huri, another Huri card, but this is the yellow Huri card, and this yellow Huri card is also seeing this crazy jump. This was under $1, because this was reprinted as a part of PRB01. And then OP06 was a massively printed set. So yeah, a lot of these cards floating around, but $5.50, pretty crazy. I have a few copies lying around. I might just sell mine. Buggy, this card is starting to move up. In one of my earlier videos, I might have said that at $30 it was a very reasonable price. I believe I did say that. And then now it's already $40. So a lot of bets that Buggy is, first of all, Buggy is pretty playable right now, but then, potentially he's going to get even more support. So that will be a huge W, I think. I think this leader is very, very underrated. So we are going to see some general amounts of support here, which is great. And then Nojiko, I talked about Nojiko before in a prior video, but it went up to $1 or $2. Dude, guys, this is with ship. That's like almost $5 for this card. So solid card to slow down your opponent if you want to play Nami. Excuse me. Das Bonds Mr. 1. This card is spiking like crazy. And in fact, Baroque works. Maybe we're going to see more there. But this is really interesting, right? This card, this Kozuki Huri card, which is also spiking to about $4 to $5. And then this last card, Scratchman Apu, is now like with ship close over $3. So we're seeing 3 cards right now that are rares from EB01 that are starting to spike in price. And of course it depends on where the meta is going to go, but the high end of what it can get to is like a finger pistol, bang bang, right? Almost at one point it was over $10 for this card. Charlotte Flambe was over $5 at some point. Kid and Killer, the same thing. So, Edward Weevil, it's now $2-ish, a little over $2, $3 with ship. But this card was also a like a $3-4 card, right? At one point. So it's just, first of all, crazy to me that EB01, any rare that you have in EB01 is just going to print cash. It seems like at this point, it almost feels like there's less EB01 rares that are worth money. Less EB01 rares that are not worth money versus the ones that are worth money. So that is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, situation to be in here, right? So yeah, like fish out those rares and put them on the market. Just seems like we're cashing out, boys. Chipotle eating time. And then the very last card that I want to talk to you all about is this Monkey D. Luffy card. This is the soccer version, soccer card. I might have talked about this before. I always thought this card was really, really sweet. Prices came down a little bit. At one point it's 140 and under 140. I think people were saying you could have stood outside the stadium and people were buying this for like $60-$70 or something. Now over $220 for this card. So very, very awesome. we shall see, knock on wood here, whether this is going to be one of those super, super exciting collectibles in the future. I have a feeling it might be. I think this is a really, really nice looking card, and one that should be part of your collection. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. As another reminder, next video is going to be the video where I will have a giveaway, opening of OP11. Make sure you guys are commenting, subscribing, liking the video, so that you're entered into that giveaway. And unfortunately, it will be just for the US. So, tariffs these days are absolutely crazy. I just don't really want to deal with that right now. As well as, just the logistics issues of sending things overseas. So, apologies to my European friends or friends outside the United States that are watching this video. But if you are in the US, definitely make sure you're liking, commenting on the video to enter the giveaway. And another shout out to Ken. Come join the Discord and visit his shop. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. Let me know what you guys are thinking about One Piece today, and what else you want to see from a video perspective from me. So love to hear your thoughts, and I will talk to you guys next time.